Here I am waiting, abide in me, I pray. Here I am longing for you. Hide me in your love, bring me to my knees.
So you have to understand that it's not everything. You don't want to pray about everything. You have to use the wisdom of God. If you don't use the wisdom of God, you will find yourself regretting tomorrow. You will find yourself, if my husband did not go smart and close the account, I would have cleared his own, join my own. I'm telling you, we women would like fanciful things. We always want to buy the latest. So anyone the latest, my husband say, my friend don't buy. My husband, well, you don't buy for me. He just, you're your mate, oh, you're your mate. It's not in the kingdom. It's not in God's kingdom. It's our flesh. Yeah.
I have a question here. When do you think now that, because when you newly get married to someone, it's not really easy to know the financial behavior of the person. Mm. So when do you think, or how can I put the question? I said, when do you, which type of account do you think the couple need to have at the beginning? Like, is it advisable for them to have a joint account at the beginning, or to have a separate account, then later on join the account?
No, you see one thing, before you marry a woman, you're not supposed to know the woman.
Exactly.
But you see, listen, Philip. When you know the woman you marry, unless maybe you married the woman, you didn't really know the woman, then you cannot open a separate account for the woman if you don't really know the person. You can't. You can't open a joint account with person you don't know. Because just because love is shocking you, just say, hey, love, no. When you know the person is born again, is a Christian, he knows the truth, not just fake Christian, you are supposed to join account. Even when my husband was not born again, when he was not really fit, and he was just ordinary Christian, go and go. But I know he has a moral. You see, in this moral, it's not something you pray about to get. Moral instinct is there. That he will not take my money. I will not take his money. I'm not that angry. Someone, even my friend were telling me, oh, so a man bring this kind of money for you, we that. So you could not even buy dress for your body. They couldn't see it in your body. And I thank God that I followed, because that is why in deeper life they teach you things in the word of God that will direct you properly. Because I found that money was not really my own. He give it to me as a trust. So I cannot betray his trust. So in this situation, if you know a woman, you know that woman. You have to know somebody. It doesn't take two things to know. It's not about you. Maybe you have tried the person one, twice, or two. That's the way my husband tried me. You will know the kind of person he is. When you know the kind of person you try has not failed you, there's no partner to not to do joint account for that person. But it's only when you marry to an alcoholic, an egoistic man that knows about himself alone. You know there are some men. They want to do joint account. They will be giving the woman toro. Yeah, like they don't have put the money there. Will say you take this 100 crore. Go take 100 crore, they buy. So that is, you can't do joint account. Then we see that man wearing the best suit, the best shoe, the best everything. But he will take you will say, you say you want to do hair that day, buy pants, and then the same thing you want to buy pants, take 100 kroner. That kind of person is a greedy man.
Yeah, I have a little thing to say regarding what Philip just said. But the thing is that Philip said when you don't know her financial behavior. I mean, but in a way, before you get married, even when you go out somewhere and stuff like that, you don't need to have millions first for you to know the financial behavior of a woman, whether it's physically disciplined or not. So you will know it from the little things you will ask. Take her to this little restaurant and see what she will ask for. So through that,
there's a word that the brother just said in one of the cassettes. He was dating this guy, a Christian, because they are trying to know each other. One of these old video. He took the girl to this where they buy my man chicken and fried fish. Then he said, this is Valentine's Day. I want to take my girl out. he tell the girl, I'm taking you, I will meet him in this restaurant. The girl will come and bring 3 or 4 of his friends. She brings 4 of the girl. And the girl only have about 1,000 kroner. 1,000 naira. And they were demanding, the money they demand was 7,000. The boy will shame how to call the brother that the school fees the father have given.
Oh my God.
That he has to go and pay. Then they tell them that they say wrong. You see, we see a woman and a man that is so greedy. If you happen in both sides, you will see about when you meet a man, they always talking, I have to take off my family, talking about all his family, talking about the wife family. Greedy.
That's a good question, mommy, and it makes me to want to ask this question. When you are married, how do you? Because we really have to really take this marriage issue in the context of our culture too.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to separate ourselves from the culture from
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
And how do we really have to manage this family issue? Do you understand what I mean? Because what I mean.
Are we talking about extended family or your own family?
Yeah.
Because you have to talk about, because when you are married in Africa, extended family is involved.
Yeah, but you know, in Africa, you see a pastor, you say, "Oh, this is my father." You see somebody outside that you are close to, you call it my uncle. You see, it depends on how close people are together. So, but the question is like, how do we really have to help? How can I help my family? How can I help my wife's family? Or how can we help
Yes.
our family?
Good question. How can you see? One thing is that once you are married to the, it's not, if you are married to your wife, it's not because it's a by force. But if it is a responsibility that your wife, you come from that family, to the load to be lifted, you have a responsibility to, because you love your wife, to help the family. I'm talking about it from my own point of view, because my husband helped me to bring 2 of my brothers. That was the only thing he contributed. He said, I will help them to bring, but you will go, you all have money, you will pay for the ticket. Then my parents pay for the ticket, you will bring them in. Yes, because it will also easy your wife responsibility from your own side. So that when somebody is, maybe somebody in your wife family needed about 20 or 40,000 to start market, and that responsibility is on your wife. If your wife is not having, it's being tense every time, you will not be happy, the marriage will not be happy. So in that situation, you have a way to loving your wife through the family. So okay, let me leave this responsibility from you.
At least empowering
Help.
one person.
You must at least help one person in the family. It's not saying that I don't marry you, I don't marry you, over your family, then that corrupt you. That was not my problem. No, as a kingdom-minded man, as a man of God who knows Christian, we are supposed to help your family where you have come from.
Another question is actually we have, unless maybe, because what I want to say is that we have been talking today about married people immediately, but we have here people who are not married yet.
Yeah.
So my question is like, what do we have in this meeting? What do we really have for those who are not married yet? Or
just like what would we have? Where would we really have? That's what I said to marry to listen is that there are many things they are taking away from this place, even contacting spices or person. They are meeting. It's not just because you are in love, hey, man, love can't you finish, you just forget yourself. You have to be able to acknowledge, want to respect the person you are dating. You have to give him respect. Because many of us does not know what is called respect. You know, because you see the way people act in Africa, the behavior, when you just see people say, I'm not supposed to buy you flower. What do you mean Valentine? I'm not supposed to buy you anything. I'm not supposed to even buy you card. No. Small thing matters. There are sometimes I'll be sleeping. I'm still sleeping. I'm not going to work that day. My mom don't write a note down. I love you. Remain blessed for the day. The honey of my life. That note alone, it give me another excitement that what am I going to prepare for this man today? To repay him back.
Hey,
that's it.
So but many of you just say, Baba, when I wake up, don't wake up with that. And what do you expect woman to give you back? Nothing.
Exactly. That's a good thing, Mom. I want to ask
I find my husband doing that thing to me often, and I begin to apply it to my children when they are going to school. Even they don't know, I will write it inside their book. I love you. God is with you. Holy Spirit with you today. I love you. I'm thinking of you throughout the whole day. I put it. Even my son, I still do it today. Because it's when you get love, you can give it back. There was one day I wrote one thing in my son plug book. I put inside the plug book. He was taking shower. I went to the room. I just dropped it. I wrote something on it. Do you know when he was coming back? He bought me this canvas, and that canvas is 2,500. He said, "The one he said, I just want to tell you how much I love you." He said, "No, there's something love can't break. All this one we are talking about, they didn't tell us anything. Every human being has love inside. It's just for you to cultivate it. I was not having love. I didn't know what is called love. My mother did not train me with love. My sister, because I was giving out to my old woman and trained me up. I don't know what is called love. But I could see, but even that's why the few years my husband said he stayed with his fathers. And the mother died when he was 6-7 years. The father died when he was 7 years. I could see because of their Christian background, the love that was surrounding, he was able to give me that love. You know the importance of love. So when he was telling me at the early age, I love you, he will pass here. You go here and say, what do this one? Love, I beg you. Love, I want you. I beg you. But now I know the importance of love. Before I can say I love you, I don't say I love you 3 times.